Hello YouTube friends, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to the Painted South. I know I haven't made a video in a long time. I have been taking some time off. I've been trying to work on some things in my life, some things just with health and fitness, and take care of some things that we needed to take care of. And I've also been trying to make some decisions on some of the projects that we want to do here in the house and around the house. And unfortunately, I just have never gotten anything completely finished. Everything costs a lot of money now, and a lot of the things that we want to have done, we've been getting estimates on, and they are very, very high. I will explain a little bit of that here when I show you the laundry room. So the laundry room is kind of in this weird area. It's sort of in a walkway from the kitchen to the master bedroom. There's a laundry room, a strange sort of flex room, maybe a dining room. It's a very odd room. I'll show that to you in just a second. And then you have to go through the laundry room to get to the screen and porch. And it just doesn't make a lot of sense. And so we have been racking our brains trying to figure out where we can move this laundry room, where it makes sense but doesn't take up space somewhere else. And I think we've come up with a solution, but that's going to probably get into another video for that remodel for that laundry room. We have 2 more people coming out next week to give us estimates on moving the plumbing and the electrical and so forth. So I will be getting to that in an upcoming video. I will show you the space and show you the room that I am working on today. So if you're here in the kitchen, you have to go through this door, through the laundry room, 2 doors to get to the screened porch. Otherwise, you have to go out of the kitchen onto the deck and then in this way. This is that little den room that I am working on for the garden room. Here is the fireplace area that juts out into the room and leaves just a small space here on either side of the window. Have this full wall. So this is what I'm trying to turn into a garden room, and then relocate this washer and dryer from the laundry room, which will turn into an open wet bar pantry area. I'm trying to move the washer and dryer across this hallway and into the storage room, which he had labeled as a radio room because he used ham radios and had antennas outside and all this stuff. So there's just a lot of doors here. Door to the garage, door to go upstairs to the bonus room, door to that room, and then the door to the master suite. So this whole side here is the master suite, bathroom, closet. That all needs some work, but we'll get to that at a later date. And then in the kitchen area, it's an open dining room area, which we have 2 recliners in, the great room. And then, of course, just over here, 2 bedrooms and a shared bathroom. So this is what I'm working on for the garden room. It has windows here out to this little courtyard area in the front. I'd love to put French doors right here, but I'm not going to do that. So hopefully we can get this moved here with a stackable washer and dryer and cabinets that go around this way. And I think that that would make a little bit better sense. And I decided to go ahead and film this video because I know I don't have this room finished yet, but I wanted to share my vision with you and show you some of the elements that I'm working with and show you some of my inspiration pictures that I found on Pinterest. Now I know the room is not going to look like these rooms, and I would have to have a chateau or a mansion to make that the case, but just some of the influences, some of the feel, the color, the textures, using the elements that we have and just sort of create that unique space. So it's not just a weird walk-through room. I'm going to try to turn it into what I keep calling a garden room, because in the fall and the winter, I have to bring in all of the plants that are on my front porch. Well, almost all of them. And so I usually cram them somewhere in the master bathroom, but this room gets probably the most light of any room in the house. So I wanted to turn that into kind of a garden room designed for plants because there's really nothing else in there. And I just wanted to make it beautiful. And so I thought, well, I just should go all out in there and just call it a garden room. So that's kind of my idea and inspiration at the moment. Let me know what you guys think. we will go in there. Let me show you those spaces. It's a mess right now. I'm just letting you know. Everything's a mess. I have paint everywhere and plastic, but I'll show you what I'm working on in there and explain kind of what I want to do. And again, like I said, show you the inspiration photos. And then I do have a small haul for you. I've not been shopping. We've actually been getting rid of a lot of stuff. We took a bunch of stuff to the auction and just got rid of it that way. We got very little money for it, but it was just stuff I needed out of the garage, and we have a lot more to get rid of, so we're kind of going through some spaces as well. But I did go to a thrift store and one small sort of estate sale thing I found on Marketplace to get this beautiful concrete column that I want to paint. I did get some plastic pots at Lowe's and I gave them makeovers. I can show you those here in just a little bit. I'll show you that footage. And I found, again, a couple things at the thrift store, and I did get I had a gift certificate, and I did get 2 metal buckets that I wanted to make over as well. They're galvanized. So let's get into this video. I'll show you the space that I'm working on to turn into my garden room, and then I'll show you the other areas, and then I'll show you the thrift haul. So let's get started. Here are some of the beautiful inspiration rooms I found on Pinterest. I love all the color, textures, distressed finishes, pottery, light, and greenery. Okay, so this is the room labeled as the den on the floor plan. I already retextured the ceilings and added faux brick paneling on the chimney wall that awkwardly juts out into the room. I definitely want to add trim, columns, wrought iron, and garden elements, as well as search for a unique replacement ceiling fan or maybe an antique light fixture. I will also need some shelving, plenty of plant stands or small tables in different heights for all the plants, as well as lots of hooks for those that are hanging. I did start to work on this brick, but I decided that I wanted to go with a completely different look, so this will be changing. It would have been nice if the chimney were centered on that wall, but you have to work with what you have. You may remember that iron bench from my front porch during the Christmas season. I decided to bring it in. The cushion that I had on it got ruined in the weather. It was not waterproof at all, so I discarded that cushion and I will be having a new thicker cushion made. And here is the laundry room located between this den and the screened-in porch. We already removed the sink and the old wire shelving. Eventually, this door will be removed and there will be a beautiful wet bar with cabinetry, and I'm thinking possibly a mudroom type wall on the other side to hang jackets and put shoes. I'm still working on this back porch as well. We love sitting back here, and we actually talked about taking a nap back here. It's so peaceful and we enjoy it so much. So I've been on the lookout for a really comfortable chase lounge or an exterior daybed. The humidity here in South Carolina is no joke, so I definitely would need 100% waterproof fabric on the cushions or mattress. This space has a lot of potential to be super cozy and beautiful. We'll have to see how things go over the next few weeks with the den/garden room and the laundry room situation, and then I can spend some more time adding decor, lighting, and swapping out the furniture here on this porch, and of course, that ugly fan. And I really love having lots of plants out here on the back porch too. And speaking of plants, we took a drive to Reese's Plants located in Blythewood, South Carolina. They have a huge selection. If you go there, you will not be disappointed. I am not sponsored. We have just purchased lots of the landscaping bushes and things in the front and tons of plants and some other stuff from them. So I recommend going there if you are nearby. We did load up our SUV with lots of plants and potting soil. But I think that the pots that they have there are great quality and probably totally worth the price. But for me, I didn't want to spend quite that much right now, so I decided that I needed to come up with a little bit less expensive option. All right, so if you remember last year, these urn planters on the right I got from Lowe's. Some of the finish was coming off, and so I put this textured finish on to make them look old. And I really like how they turned out. They're a little bit more yellow in person maybe than they're coming across on camera. But I went to Lowe's today to get two more, but they are $111 each. So I decided not to get two more of those. I thought, well, I'll get something different. So I found these, and they're actually wider across the top, just a little bit. This one's a little bit shorter, this one's a little bit taller, and the actual design is a little bit different. Just a little bit, but they look nice together. What I'm going to do is refinish these in a textured finish also. Now, they came in two pieces, so if you go there, you'll have to get the bottom and that top piece, and I might glue them together. I'm not sure. So I got these to refinish, and they were, I think these were 16 something, less than $17, and I think these were 14 or 15. I'll put a screenshot up so that you can see how much they cost on my Lowe's app. But check your local store. I think they're a really good price for what they are. You absolutely could use them just like this. They're a nice size. You can see I got two more over there, and that's what they look like. They come in two pieces. But I have a ton of plants, and I need to repot some things that are outgrowing some of these other pots. So that's what I'm going to do. I ended up gluing the top and bottom pieces together using this heavy-duty power grab, and I let them dry overnight. Because I have already shared so many different tutorial videos on textured paint finishes, this won't be a detailed makeover video. I always like to paint on multiple layers in different colors to create more depth. You could definitely just use spray paint on these urns, or leave them as they are, or do whatever kind of look you prefer. I really like to play around with paint colors and just have fun experimenting. I just keep going until I like it, or sometimes I'll just step away and then come back later. I think that these are a really good option if you want a lightweight planter in this urn style. If you happen to look online, you'll probably see that high-end concrete or iron planters can be very pricey, so this option worked way better for me. Even though these planters will always be either on a covered porch or inside the home, I still like to use an exterior water-resistant or waterproof top coat. The one that I'm using has a satin finish, but what I did was just go back over it with a matte spray clear coat. I made sure to get in all the little nooks and crannies, but I was also careful to not leave any drips or puddled areas. A lot of times you'll notice that some of these top coat products go on slightly milky, but they always dry clear as long as you don't have them on too thick. So now let me show you the things that I got at the thrift store and the estate sale. 1 second. Now, if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I like to buy things in pairs. I like symmetry, so if I can, I will buy 2 of whatever I'm buying so that I can create symmetry in whatever space I am working on. So I got these buckets at Hobby Lobby a couple weeks ago. They were 40% off, and I had a gift card so for like $25. So these are the medium size ones. They had large and they had small, and then this size, and they were $29.99, so $30 minus 40%. So I did get 2 of these, and I wanted to turn them into a different kind of metal. I think maybe like an antique bronze, maybe copper, maybe wrought iron, I don't know. I like galvanized, but it doesn't really go in my house, so whenever I buy something like this, it's because I like the shape, and I usually refinish it. So I did get 2 of these. Now, again, I have not been going to the thrift stores. I've been trying really hard not to buy very much at all. So I've purchased a few things here and there over the past 5 months. So for me, I've been doing very good. So I'm just showing you what I have picked up, and it's really not that much. So first thing, I got these vintage pillowcases. They were $2 for the set, and I got them because they reminded me of my mother. They're that really thin material, and I just love that pattern, and I love these colors. They will go really well in the guest room for just like layering pillows. And like I said, you know, they were $2, so it's great. I'm really bad about sleeping in my makeup, so I like to buy cheap pillowcases because I usually end up getting them stained. I know you're not supposed to sleep in your makeup, but I do it all the time. I would say 95% of the time I sleep in my makeup. I know it's terrible. I did get a second set. They were also $2, and they are brand new. They're just a light blue color. Nothing fancy, they're just nice to layer, and like I said, if I get something on them, they were only $2. The next 2 things that I picked up were these beautiful pillow covers. They still had the tags on them. I looked them up. I think they are originally from Amazon. I guess you can buy them in stores. I don't know, maybe you guys recognize this pattern, but they're really beautiful. They had a more muted look for Christmas. I a lot of times don't like to go for the super bright red and white. Sometimes I do, but these were a little more muted. In fact, I think in person they look more muted than they are looking on camera, but I love these. They're a nice size, and I got the set for $2.50. Can't beat it. Okay, and from that same thrift store, I got one more set of pillow covers. These are much, much bigger. And these are thick upholstery material with the cording. And these will be beautiful, well, anywhere on the front porch. But I was thinking maybe on my chairs out in the back porch to add some color, but I just thought they were really pretty, and I love the colors. I usually don't like red. I know I say that all the time, but these are kind of like a rusty muted red. I don't know if you can tell. So I just thought they were really pretty, and this set was, oh, you're not, I mean, $2 for both of these. If I try to have these custom made, I would have to go buy the upholstery fabric and pay somebody or do it myself. I mean, you can't even buy the fabric for $2, and I have 2 of them. I already have inserts that will fit into here, and so it was a great deal. If you're not thrifting, you are totally missing out. I highly recommend, if you're looking for something, make sure you check your thrift stores first. You may not find it, but you might get lucky and find something like this. I love the pattern. I think they're great, so that was a good deal. This next item is super heavy, so I'll try to hold it up as long as I can. It is a beautiful terracotta wall planter. I may do a little bit of a whitewash on it just so you can see that detail, but I thought this would be so beautiful in the garden room to put something on the top shelf and then have a plant coming out of the bottom portion. I love this. I got this for 20 bucks. So out of shape just holding that thing up. The next item that I want to show you is on the front porch. It's very heavy and I do need to give it a makeover. No surprise there. So I'm gonna take the camera down, turn around, and show you the concrete pedestal that I got also. All right, my front porch is kind of a hot mess right now, so please ignore it. This is something that I painted in a makeover video, so let me move this and I'll show you this pedestal. So here is the concrete pedestal, and as you can see, they had painted it with like, I think a black glitter paint. I don't know, and it's kind of chipping off, which is awesome because it will add texture when I repaint it, but I did scrape off as much as I could get off that was loose, and that's kind of what's left and really adhered. But look at this pretty detail. Under here. Isn't that beautiful? I love this part right here. So much detail, and it will look beautiful when I paint it. Love, love, love. So that will be coming up in a makeover video. If you have any suggestions for color, I'm all ears. Well, thank you all so much for stopping by and catching up with me today. I'm going to get started on this brick. I have so many ideas for this room, lots of trim and just some other things that I want to do in here. So I hope you will join me in my next video. If you haven't subscribed already, I would love for you to do so. So until the next video, bye for now.